Hi again, back on the Mercedes Sprinter van today, the 311 CDI engine. I've put the guards and that all back on and everything because I had to use it yesterday. Absolutely stinks still when you're using it, but we have made progress. We have cleaned up reasonable, as good as we sort of can. So my job is now to take all this back off. I ain't going to show you, it's just boring for you to watch me do that. It's only, I think there's 6 and 8 bolts to hold that on, and I've only put 3 back in on the cover at the moment, and then that off. I didn't put the one back in there or the one back in there just for using it yesterday, so they can all come off. Then I'm to the injector and clamp bolt, and then see if I can get the injector out. I have got a tool to hopefully help. The sun is shining. I've got to do it. It's basically unusable now because it smells so bad. So yeah, I'll get that off now. I've just had it running about half an hour. The engine is nice and warm, so if I get it off quickly enough, then the engine won't cool down too much, and hopefully that bolt will come out for a start. That's the bit that worries me. It's only a M6 bolt, and yeah, that does concern me a bit more so than the actual injector, because if the injector doesn't move, I can put the bolt back in, but it's a bolt. I'm worried about snapping or whatever. I'll be careful and I'll try my best, and what can be, you can't do more than try. The sun's a little bit making the picture a little bit bright at the moment, but see what we can do. I'll get my partner to sort of try and film as I'm doing it best she can, and then hopefully it won't take very long. I've got some tools for the job as well, and I'll show you that in a minute. So here we've got the tools. This is an injector puller. Well, I think it's actually like plan A and then plan B. That, I think, just fits over the injector with the electrical bit all on the top complete, and then try and move it with the half inch bar. I'm hoping that does it. Otherwise I've got to take the top injector off, and that's like a puller there. I don't want to have to use that. Hopefully I don't have to. Hopefully it'll come out with that, but we shall see. And then afterwards, some people say various ways about cleaning the seat. I've bought a reaming set for it, so I think I'll work out which one it was. I looked online, I have to just check before I get to that stage. But yeah, I bought that. I've got 4 brand new bolts. I should only need 2. What I'm only going to do is try and just see how the first injector goes today. And I've got 4 new washers as well, copper washers. I've got some grease coming today, some anti-seize grease, which should be here today. If it's not, at the end of the world, I can probably get away without using the van Monday. But yeah, we shall see. I've got all the tools sort of ready in the van. Just got to take that guard off now, and then we can crack on. So now I've got all the covers and that off. The bolt is just down there. It's blacked up a little bit since we cleaned it, but not too bad. I'm going to just see if I can undo it now. It was incredibly loose. So that's a real good sign for a start. That probably has got part of the. I just hope the threads aren't worn on it, but we shall see. So is it coming out? It is coming out. I need a bit of a different size socket for that, so I'll get that out now. But you can see they come out really easy. So let's hope the threads are okay. So yeah, I'll be back soon. I've just got the bolt out. As you can see, it undid very easy. To be honest, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it took any aluminium pieces out with it. So hopefully it just sort of worked itself loose with the pressure. So let's hope that's the case. We'll know sooner or later. I'll try a new one in it soon, but now my job is I'll do this off camera. I've got to take that off, that pipe along the top. I've got to take that electrical connector off, and I've got to take that pipe off there, the fuel line. So I'll do that off camera. It's easy enough to show, and then we'll see if we can get this injector out. So what I've done now, I've took the pipe off. I took that return pipe off as well, and took the electrical connector off. I've tapped the socket on, the injector socket, and I haven't tried to do this. I had to leave a clamp in there because I'm not sure how it actually goes, but let's see if we have any movement. It is quite loose, but somehow I've got to try and lift it as I wiggle it. I'm quite hopeful it's going to be okay. It doesn't look like it's stuck, but you've got to be careful where you leave it because of all the aluminium bits that can easily Yes, they're in there pretty deep. You're really tempted to put something in there and really lever it up, but the problem being is you don't want to break any of that like rocker cover. So I'm reasonably pleased how it's moving, because that's a good sign, but I'm going to have to try and think of a way to sort of lift it up. It does actually even move side to side with my hands, so I'll click it off a minute and see if I can come up with a solution to how to lift this up. I think I've raised it a bit. All I've actually done is put the socket thing over there and just put my hand under where the electrical connection. It's gradually, it might take a little while, but gradually working it up, and I think we are winning. I'm using that as a guide there, how high I'm sort of getting out, and that's definitely higher than the other ones now, so it is gradually working out. I think I've got to lift it up so far before the clamp, that clamp there, you can just show that, see that clamp there, yeah, that clamp, oh sorry, before that clamp comes out. So I'll film for a few minutes to see if we can get it out. Feeling when it comes to a certain point, it's just going to come, but getting looser. I can feel it getting looser. It's just a case of don't be too rough with it, really. It's quite tempting to be rougher with it, but are we any higher on there? We're nearly with that bit level there. So we'll just see if we can lift it a little bit higher now, see if we can get past there. Nearly a tiny bit more. Whew, quite tiring. Also the stress side of it as well. I might not fully take it out at the moment though, because I might just get the airline, and now I've moved it, I'm level with that now, so I'm definitely making progress. So what I'm actually going to do now, I'm going to get the airline to blast some of the bits that are broken off as I've been trying to get it out, so they don't fall down the hole when it does come out. But I think we're winning on this one. Now I've just blown it out with the airline, held my finger over the two, that bit there and that bit there, so no rubbish got in there. Best time for me to clean it out now, so I'm just going to go for it and see if we can get it out. The hardest bit is actually the trying to lift it up as you go, but over the last week I've put so much carb cleaner, diesel, WD-40 in here, so I think that's paid off really. I'm just a little bit concerned about that bolt. The bolt does look in good condition. Just hang on a second, I'm just going to get a different bar. I've just got another bar because the other one was sort of wiggling a bit. What I'm doing is I'm putting the socket over there, holding my finger underneath that black electric bit and just trying to lift it gradually as I move it. I think I'm going to have to turn that there. This one got less play in it, so it is easier, but oh, we're out. Very, very careful, because there's a massive bit of gunk there. I'm going to get it out of the way first. What I'll actually do, try and pick it out of the way. Don't want that going down there. There's gonna, ultimately there is going to be little bits of the carbon go down. It's just the way it's gonna be, because, but it shouldn't do massive amount of harm. So I'm just gonna blow that out quickly, then we'll get that out. Just stay out of the way, so just. There we have one injector out. So yeah, it wasn't really massively hard. Could have been a lot harder. Even the clamps actually stuck to it if you look. Let's see if I can get that off. Yeah, the clamps there. So yeah, it's clean up time now. I won't bore you with all of that, and I'll show you when I'm start to get back in. That injector's quite warm as well, so heating the engine up half an hour really did do the job. You can see it's pretty manky around there. I weren't sure what reamer I'd need for this. I think it's a flat one. Someone said angled one for this, but that's flat there. It's flat, so I need the flat one, I'm sure of it. But I'm going to have a look down there in a minute and see if I can get the little old brass washer out, unless it's disintegrated, but we'll see. Anyway, show down. You probably can't see that brilliantly, but at least we've got it out. So after a long time cleaning, actually the injector wasn't too bad to clean. It come up all right. I just used that little brush there and some carb cleaner, and it come up good. And I think that'll be okay. I'm just waiting for this. I wanted to put some anti-seize grease on the side of this, and it hasn't come. Ordered it off Amazon. It says it's out for delivery, but it hasn't come yet, and I'm itching to get this back in now. So I'll just take it to the van in a second. But yeah, like I said, injector, I picked off all the little bits and cleaned it best I possibly can. So that should be okay. I'll show you the offending washer as well. Yeah, the washer is just here. You can see I've got them in the packet. You can see the sort of difference. All the work and all the leaking and smell and everything just because of that washer fails. But yeah, I hooked it out, and I've reground the seat with a reaming tool. I would recommend getting one of these if you're going to tackle this job, because it's so much easier. I've heard of people that say they stick sandpaper on the bottom of a bit of dowel or something, but this does cut it a bit more than sandpaper will. And because mine was leaking, it seemed to be leaking quite bad, it had slightly made a tiny little groove, so I had to use the reamer. And I don't think I'd have done it without it. And which one did I use? It was that one in the end. I looked online, I couldn't really see. They did say it was a 15. I think, which one was it? It was a flat one, and somewhere, no, it wasn't that one. Yeah, the 15 by 19mm. But I found that bit didn't sort of fit in, it got tight. So in the end, I used 15.5 by 15.5 flat reamer. That's the one I used, and that seemed to do the trick. So I've just dropped the washer in actually, just to check that it was the right sort of size, and it fitted in there lovely. I'll show you that soon when we're back on it, because I'm tempted just to wait sort of an hour just to see if this stuff comes. If not, it's going to be getting a bit late in the day, so I might just put a bit of copper grease on it and just go ahead. That one bolt bothers me a little bit. We'll go over to the van. You can't really see too much because I just put some paper towel in there just to stop anything falling down. I've blown it out there. Inevitable, you're going to get little bits and pieces in the bore, because it's only carbon and like tiny shards of aluminium. Should be okay. I can't see how anybody else could get away without doing that. I suppose if you could just keep trying to suck it out all the time, but to be honest, still I think some bits are going to fall down. So that's how I did it. Just kept blowing it, and nothing big's gone down there, so it should just burn off what's ever in there. Just go through the system. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was saying about that bolt. You can't really see it there, but I did run the old bolt through it. I've put some carb cleaner in and some WD down in the hole, and the bolt did go tight. So the old bolt, that was. I'm going to be using new bolts, so just hope that that's going to hold up. If not, we're going to have to go the direction of probably go into an M8, but let's hope we don't have to do that. And then my next job is the back one. It might not be this weekend. This was the worst one. This was the easiest one to do because it's at the front. Quite hopeful if I soak the other one throughout the week. That will come out reasonably easy as well. I'd have to work via a mirror a little bit back there to see about the seat, but I'd have liked to have actually shown you how clean the seat come, but I've gone for the washer in now, so I apologise for that. I'm not getting the wash back out, it's in place. So it's just basically you've just got to use that ream and keep looking down there till it's nice and shiny and with carbon and everything. So that's the hardest part of the job, really, getting the injector out. The rest is just loads of cleaning up. I just put a screwdriver with rag wrap around it and just turned it around in the hole to clean the out part of the hole clean. I got it reasonable, I'm happy with it. So and like it's just in the injector as well, it's nice and clean, so it stands a good chance of being a successful repair. I've got the torque wrench ready. I never had a torque wrench, is one thing I've been wanting for ages, so it's cost me probably, the amount of stuff to do this job has probably cost me about £100, but the thing is, it would have cost me more than that to have it done. I'd have had to delivered it somewhere, been without the van, and also all that cleaning would have cost me a lot of money. So yeah, I'll have the tools for the back one, so I can do the back one as well. And if I ever sell this van, or if this van plays up again with an injector leak, I've got the stuff to repair it. So I think it was a good investment, and if I can do it myself, I've sort of sunk off learnt as well. But yeah, we're just waiting at the moment. But oh yeah, just before I go, one thing to do this job, really, you'll need a lot of carb cleaner, some oven cleaner I use. Some people say don't use on aluminium. I did, because I can shift with anything else initially, and I got the worst off and then went for the carb cleaner. And WD-40 I've used a little bit as well. Paper towel, lots and lots of paper towel, bits of rag, airline, and yeah, the little brushes like I show you in the shed. All them little bits have helped me along to sort of get to this stage of the job. So basically it's just reinstall now. Everything's clean. That's what takes the time. If you're going to take on this job, you're going to have to expect to do a lot of cleaning, because it is really horrible. It's not, you see it's a lot better under there now. There's still going to be some bits stuck on it. I'm not massively worried about that. It would take me forever to clean all that up, but the first one I've cleaned up that well, and when I do the back one I'll clean up the best I can with that one as well. And hopefully this van could be fume free in the cab, because it's been absolutely dreadful in the last few weeks. So yeah, this will be a good job done if successful, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm just having to tidy up. I'm waiting for this grease to come. I'll give it an hour. If it don't come in an hour, I'm putting it back together as it is. And I've got the new bolt and everything in there. So let's hope the grease comes, and then I'll be really happy with how the job's gone. Just hope it doesn't leak. Right down over the hole, you ain't going to really see it. There you can see where the washer is dropped in the hole at the bottom. It's sitting in there perfectly. So yeah, I'm going to just put the grease, because the grease has just come onto the side of the injector, then I'm going to put that in. So now we're going to get this injector back in. I've put some grease on the side. The clamp goes in like so. So let's see, hope it slips in quite easy. That bit has to go into that groove, like it come out. One small problem, that's gone. Gone there, lovely now. So I'm pretty pleased with that. We've just got to get this bolt in now, and then that's it. So I'll start the bolt, and I'll just let you see me tighten it up. So we've got to try and, that says it's 7 Newton meters, so you see there, 7 Newton meter isn't much. So now I've got to go about 90 degrees would be quarter round, wouldn't it? 360 degrees. So I've got to come to about here. So let's go for it. It's feeling tight. About a quarter, wasn't it? It's about as far as I dare go. So that is the injector back in. So all I've got to do now is put them pipes on. I'll do them off camera, because all it is the one plug. Actually, I can do that now. I've got to put that back on there, and a little clip through, and I've got to put the main feed to it, which is easy, just like one of them ones. So that's straightforward. I'll do that off camera, then we'll see if we've got any leakage or not. So with the first injection we have success. It doesn't seem to be leaking. I've just sprayed it with some soapy water just to check. The back one, annoyingly, it's going to be still leaking, so it doesn't feel like a complete job, but obviously I've got to tackle that one the same as I did this one. But this one is all nice and clean now. I was a bit worried about putting that bolt in. You saw me going the extra quarter of the turn, worried me a bit, but I shall leave the cover. Obviously that bit will be back on, but I'll leave the cover off just so I can keep an eye on that bolt, because it did work loose. It could have just been the pressure because the washer went, and you know, a series of sort of events. But yeah, that's success. I'll just get Laura to start up. You can really hear the back. You can really hear the back one leak. Yep, so yeah, there's nothing there at all on that one. So yeah, success. Good job done, that is. So not today now, it's getting too late to start tackling the back one, but maybe tomorrow. I'm half tempted now just to try and get the back one out. If that comes out like this one, it won't be too bad at all. So a good job fixed. The van has got a slight gearbox problem. Actually, it's all right in all gears, but it jumps out first sometimes. You have to make sure you sort of hold it in, and there's a crunch in third, so that'll be another job on this, and then I've probably sorted it for a good while, hopefully. But these are prone to get to playing up on these, and yeah, but I fixed it. So yeah, I'm going to just get that bit back on that now, and well, I might not actually bother, to be honest, if I'm going to tackle the other one tomorrow. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I won't film the other one because you've seen me do this one, so you can't see so much back there either. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's of some use to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll be along with another video again soon.